Welcome to The Truth Chronicles, your one-stop destination for intriguing and in-depth stories of legends from all walks of life. We delve deep into the lives of iconic personalities, unraveling their journeys, their struggles, their triumphs, and the legacy they leave behind. From the world of sports to the corridors of power, from the realms of science to the glitz of Hollywood, we bring you the untold stories, the lesser-known facts, and the true essence of these legends. Today, we bring you the story of a man who transformed the world of baseball and became a beacon of hope for millions. A man who rose from a humble background to become an icon, a legend, a beacon of hope. Stay tuned as we unravel the life of Babe Ruth, the Sultan of Swat. From his early days in Baltimore to his rise to stardom, from his Yankee years to his legacy and personal life, we've got it all covered. Get ready to embark on this journey with us. Welcome to The Truth Chronicles. Did you know that one of baseball's greatest icons, Babe Ruth, had a humble beginning? The story of his early life is as fascinating as his legendary career. Born on a chilly winter day, February 6, 1895, in Baltimore, Maryland, George Herman Ruth Jr., universally known as Babe Ruth, came into a world far from the glamour and fame he would later command. His parents, Kate and George Herman Ruth Sr., were simple folks who ran a modest saloon. Babe Ruth was one of 8 children, yet sadly only he and his sister Mamie survived infancy. The Ruth family lived in a working-class neighborhood, a far cry from the glitz of the baseball stadiums Babe would later dominate. His parents, burdened by the demands of their business and the hardships of their life, found it challenging to provide for their son. As a result, at just 7 years old, Babe Ruth was sent to St. Mary's Industrial School for Boys, a Catholic orphanage and reform school. At St. Mary S., Ruth found an unlikely sanctuary. Run by the Brothers of the Christian Schools, a French Catholic order, the institution provided the structure and discipline that was missing from his early life. It was also here, on the dusty fields of St. Mary Tessesse, where Babe Ruth first picked up a baseball bat. His natural talent was quickly noticed, and by the tender age of 12, he was signed by the Baltimore Orioles as a professional player. This marked the beginning of a journey that would take him from the minor leagues to the Boston Red Sox, and eventually to the pinnacle of baseball history. Ruth's early years were characterized by struggle and hardship, but they were also marked by a fierce determination and a raw, unrefined talent. These formative experiences helped shape Babe Ruth, the boy from Baltimore, into the Sultan of Swat, the legend who would forever change the game of baseball. From these humble beginnings, Babe Ruth was on his way to becoming a baseball legend. Ruth's baseball journey began at a young age, but little did anyone know he would change the game forever. From the humble streets of Baltimore, a star was born. In his early years, Babe Ruth was known for his raw talent and unparalleled potential. Baseball was his passion, his escape, his life. And soon it was clear that this wasn't just a hobby, but a calling. At the tender age of 12, Ruth's prowess caught the attention of the Baltimore Orioles, who astutely signed him as a professional player. His rise from obscurity to stardom was meteoric, and the baseball world watched in awe as this young prodigy grew into his potential. However, the road to success wasn't paved with gold. Ruth's talent was undeniable, but it was marred by a lack of discipline. He was often late for practice and even games, earning him the ire of his teammates and coaches, yet his talent was so immense that these transgressions were frequently overlooked. After all, when Ruth stepped onto the field, he was in his element, and everyone knew they were witnessing something extraordinary. His stint with the Orioles paved the way for his next big move. In 1914, Ruth found himself traded to the Boston Red Sox. Here, he began to truly make a name for himself. Despite his struggles with discipline, Ruth had an impressive debut season, winning 18 games and losing only 7. His left-handed pitching was a force to be reckoned with, and his prowess on the field was a sight to behold. Babe Ruth was not just a player, he was a phenomenon. His raw talent, combined with his larger-than-life personality, made him a force to be reckoned with, both on and off the field. He was a player of immense potential, a player with the ability to change the game forever. Despite his discipline issues, Ruth's undeniable talent caught the eye of the New York Yankees, setting the stage for a remarkable career. In 1919, Ruth was traded to the New York Yankees, a move that would lead to one of the most successful periods in the team's history. This trade marked the dawn of the Yankee years, a time when the Sultan of Swat reigned supreme, and the baseball world watched in awe. With the Yankees, Ruth transformed from a talented pitcher into an unparalleled slugger. The year 1920 saw him hit an astounding 54 home runs, boasting a batting average of .376 and an on-base plus slugging or OPS of 1.168, a single-season record that still stands today. Over the course of his career, Ruth sent an incredible 714 balls sailing over the fences, holding the record for career home runs until it was surpassed by Hank Aaron in 1974. But Ruth's contributions to the Yankees extended beyond his impressive statistics. He was an integral part of the team's success throughout the 1920s and early 1930s. Under his powerful swing and aggressive play, the Yankees clinched 4 World Series championships. His presence on the field was a game changer, his talent undeniable. His style of play transformative, but it wasn't just Ruth's prowess on the diamond that captured America's attention. His larger-than-life persona off the field was equally compelling. Ruth was a man of appetites, known for his love of food, drink, and women. His charisma was infectious, his personality magnetic. Even amid controversy and scandal, Ruth remained a beloved figure, his charm and boyish enthusiasm endearing him to fans. Yet beneath the bravado was a man of complexity. Ruth's aggressive style of play was a mirror to his life. Bold, unabashed, and utterly unapologetic. He was often late for practice, frequently disciplined for his antics. But this did not diminish his impact on the game. Instead, these quirks became part of the Ruth legend, an inseparable element of his appeal. Indeed, Ruth's time with the Yankees was marked by more than just extraordinary athletic feats. It was a period defined by a man who lived life on his own terms, who played baseball with a passion and intensity that was nothing short of electrifying. He was a man who, despite his flaws, captivated a nation and transformed a sport. Ruth was more than just a baseball player. He was a cultural phenomenon, a symbol of an era. So as we look back on the Yankee years, we remember not only the towering home runs and the World Series victories, but also the man behind the legend. We remember his audacity, his spirit, and his unwavering love for the game. We remember his charisma, his charm, and his larger-than-life personality. Ruth's time with the Yankees not only cemented his place in baseball history, but also made him one of America's most beloved athletes. He was, and always will be, the Sultan of Swat, the King of Crash, the Colossus of Clout Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth was more than just a baseball player. He was a larger-than-life figure who left a lasting legacy in the sport and beyond. After hanging up his cleats in 1935, Babe Ruth's love for the game didn't wane. He stepped into the world of broadcasting as one of the first television sports commentators, bringing the same charisma and energy to the screen that he had brought to the ballpark. His insights and anecdotes from his storied career brought a unique perspective to the viewers at home. A year after his retirement in 1936, Ruth's contributions to the sport were acknowledged in a grand way. He was among the first 5 players to be inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame, an honor that cemented his status as a legend of the game. But Ruth's life extended beyond the diamond. He was married twice, first to Helen Woodford in 1914 and then to Claire Merritt Brooke in 1929. Both marriages ended in divorce. He was a father to several children, including Julia Ruth Stevens, who he adopted. His family life, like his career, was filled with highs and lows, but it was a part of his journey that shaped him as a person. In his later years, Ruth's health began to decline, but even then he remained committed to giving back to the community. He spent a considerable amount of his time raising money for charity, particularly for youth baseball programs. His passion for nurturing the next generation of baseball players was a testament to his enduring love for the sport. As we delve into the personal life of Babe Ruth, we see a man who was as multifaceted off the field as he was on it. His life was a mix of triumphs and tribulations, but through it all, his love for baseball never wavered. Despite facing numerous challenges throughout his life, Babe Ruth's love for the game and his larger-than-life personality left a lasting impact on baseball and American culture. Babe Ruth's life is a testament to the power of determination, talent, and charisma. A boy from Baltimore, born into hardship, he rose to become a titan of baseball, forever altering the fabric of the sport. From the early days at St. Mary's Industrial School for Boys, where he first discovered his affinity for the game, to his meteoric rise as a professional player with the Boston Red Sox, and ultimately the New York Yankees, Ruth's journey was nothing short of remarkable. His prowess on the field, coupled with his larger-than-life personality, made him an unforgettable presence. The Sultan of Swat, as he was fondly known, left an indelible mark not only with his record-breaking performances, but also with his passionate approach to the game and life itself. From his humble beginnings in Baltimore to his legendary career with the Yankees, Babe Ruth remains one of the most iconic figures in the history of American sports. Have you ever wondered who revolutionized the game of baseball? It was none other than the legendary Babe Ruth. In his early years, Ruth was a formidable left-handed pitcher, winning 94 games and even throwing a shutout in his major league debut. But soon his prowess as a batter began to outshine his pitching skills. Ruth brought a power-hitting style to the game that was unlike anything seen before. In a time when home runs were as rare as a blue moon and the game was dominated by speed and defense, Ruth's big swings introduced a new era. His presence at the plate was electrifying. Every time he stepped up to bat, anticipation buzzed through the crowd. Would this be another one of his legendary home runs? More often than not, it was. This wasn't just a player with a knack for hitting the ball out of the park. This was a player who changed the very fabric of the game. Ruth's power-hitting style forced pitchers to rethink their approach to batters. No longer could they simply aim to get the ball over the plate. They had to consider the possibility of that ball being sent soaring into the stands. Ruth didn't just change the game on the field, he changed the way people viewed baseball. He turned it into a spectacle, a thrilling display of skill and strength that drew in crowds by the thousand. He made baseball more than just a sport. He made it an event, an experience, a national pastime, and yet this was just the beginning for Babe Ruth. His impact on baseball was profound and far-reaching, but it was only the first chapter in a storied career that would see him become one of the most iconic figures in American sports history. Babe Ruth, the man who changed baseball forever, was just getting started. You might know Babe Ruth as the home run king, but do you know how he earned that title? Babe Ruth's journey to becoming the home run king was nothing short of legendary. His career as a power hitter began when he was traded by the Boston Red Sox to the New York Yankees. This move marked a shift in his career from pitching to batting, and Ruth quickly proved he was a force to be reckoned with at the plate. Ruth had a unique batting style that was both powerful and graceful. He would swing with all his might, his body twisting as he connected with the ball, sending it soaring into the stands. This powerful style of play was new to baseball, a sport that had previously been dominated by speed and defense. In the year 1920, Ruth set a new record by hitting an astonishing 54 home runs in a single season, more than any other team in the American League. This record made headlines across the nation, and fans flocked to stadiums to see Ruth's big swings in action. The home run, once a rarity in baseball, had become a thrilling and essential part of the game. Ruth didn't just break records, he shattered them. In 1927, he hit an unprecedented 60 home runs in a single season, a record that would stand for more than 3 decades. His home runs weren't just impressive in number, they were also known for their distance, often flying over 400 feet. But Ruth's impact on the game went beyond his home run records. He changed the way pitchers approached batters, forcing them to be more strategic and cautious. His big swings led to a new era of power hitting, where batters aimed not just to hit the ball, but to hit it out of the park. This shift in strategy made the game more exciting for fans, helping to popularize baseball across the nation. And so the home run king was born, forever changing the face of baseball. Imagine a time of great social change and cultural upheaval, the Roaring Twenties. Now imagine baseball's role in this era. In the heart of this vibrant decade, a man named Babe Ruth stepped onto the diamond and into the limelight, forever changing the face of America's beloved pastime. Babe Ruth was more than just a baseball player. He was a larger-than-life character, a charismatic figure who captured the public's imagination. He was the epitome of the Roaring Twenties, a time of flappers and jazz, of speakeasies and new freedoms. His powerful swing and flamboyant personality were the perfect match for this era of exuberance and change. Off the field, Ruth was a celebrity. He was as famous for his colorful personal life as he was for his exploits on the baseball diamond. His reputation as a hard-living, fun-loving man of the people was a stark contrast to the prim and proper Victorians of the previous generation. Ruth's celebrity status was a key factor in baseball's growing popularity during the Roaring Twenties. But it wasn't just his charisma that made Ruth a hit. He was a phenomenal athlete, a powerhouse on the field. His prodigious home runs were a spectacle, drawing crowds in droves. His style of play was exciting, aggressive, and powerful, mirroring the spirit of the era. Ruth's big swings and bigger personality transformed baseball from a strategic defensive game into a thrilling spectacle of power and skill. Yet amidst the glitz and glamour, Ruth never lost sight of the game. His love for baseball was palpable, and it was this passion that endeared him to fans and players alike. He played with a joy and enthusiasm that was infectious, sparking a renewed interest and love for the sport. Babe Ruth, a symbol of America's national pastime, became a beacon of hope and excitement during a time of great change. He was the embodiment of the Roaring Twenties, a man who lived life to the fullest and played baseball with unparalleled passion and skill. His influence extended beyond the baseball diamond, helping to popularize the sport during one of the most dynamic and transformative periods in American history. How well do you really know the King of Clout? Let's delve into some intriguing and lesser-known facts about Babe Ruth. Before he was belting home runs out of the park, Ruth was a talented southpaw on the mound. In fact, he won 94 games as a pitcher and even threw a shutout in his major league debut. Imagine that, the man who would become the Sultan of Swat, silencing bats before he started swinging his own. And then there's the legendary called shot in the 1932 World Series against the Chicago Cubs. Some say it's a myth, while others swear it's true, but the debate over whether Ruth really pointed to center field before hitting a home run is part of what makes this moment so enchanting. Regardless of the truth, it's become an iconic moment in baseball lore, a testament to Ruth's larger-than-life persona. Speaking of personas, Ruth had a plethora of nicknames that celebrate his prowess at the plate. Aside from the King of Clout, he was also known as the Prince of Power and the Colossus of Clout. Each moniker a testament to his monumental impact on the game. Now, let's talk about money. In 1927, Ruth earned a staggering $80,000, an amount unheard of for a player at the time. In fact, he was paid more than the President of the United States. That's quite the salary for a slugger. And did you know that Ruth was also a movie star? He appeared in several films, including Headin' Home in 1920 and Babe Comes Home in 1927. He even had a film named after him, The Babe, in 1928. His charisma was as big as his swing, captivating audiences both on the field and on the silver screen. Babe Ruth, a man of many talents and surprises, remains a fascinating figure in baseball history. His legacy is much more than stats and records. It's a tale of a man who changed the game and became an icon of America's national pastime. Babe Ruth may have passed away over 75 years ago, but his legacy is far from forgotten. This larger-than-life figure's influence permeates every aspect of the game, from the strategies implemented on the field to the passion of the fans in the stands. In the wake of Ruth's remarkable career, baseball was forever changed. His power-hitting style, a stark contrast to the speed and defense-dominated game of old, brought an electrifying new element to the sport. Ruth's big, bold swings sparked a power-hitting revolution that has shaped baseball into the thrilling spectacle it is today. Indeed, the echoes of Ruth's impact reverberate in the modern game. Each time a batter steps up to the plate, eyes gleaming with the promise of a home run, there's a bit of Babe Ruth in that moment. When we marvel at the power hitters of today, we're witnessing the Ruth effect in action, the enduring influence of the man who made the home run an essential part of baseball. But Ruth's legacy extends beyond the boundaries of the baseball diamond. He was a celebrity of his time, a symbol of the Roaring Twenties, and his charisma and larger-than-life persona captured the hearts of millions. That charm, that ability to captivate, is something that every player since has aspired to emulate. And let's not forget the countless players Ruth inspired generation after generation. His legendary status and the tales of his exploits have motivated legions of young athletes to pick up a bat and step onto the field. They see in Ruth's story a testament to the power of determination, talent, and sheer love of the game. In conclusion, Babe Ruth's influence on baseball is as palpable today as it was in the Roaring '20s. His power-hitting style, charismatic persona, and inspiring legacy have left an indelible mark on the sport. Babe Ruth, a man who transformed baseball into a spectacle enjoyed by millions worldwide, leaves a legacy that continues to inspire and captivate. As we conclude our journey through the life and legacy of Babe Ruth, it's clear that he was more than just a baseball player. He was a game changer, a symbol of an era, and a source of inspiration for generations. The echoes of his powerful swings can still be felt when we watch a modern baseball game. His charismatic persona is mirrored in the sports celebrities of today, and his story continues to inspire young athletes to strive for greatness. So here's to Babe Ruth, the original home run king, the man who transformed baseball into a spectacle enjoyed by millions worldwide. His legacy is a testament to the power of determination, talent, and love for the game. It is a legacy that will continue to inspire and captivate for generations to come. And as Babe Ruth once said, "Every strike brings me closer to the next home run." So, to all the aspiring athletes out there, keep swinging, keep striving, and know that with each strike, you're one step closer to your own home run. This is our final salute to Babe Ruth, the man who changed the game of baseball forever. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of one of the greatest athletes of all time. Outro, thanks for watching this video from the Truth of Chronicles. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on game changers in history.